Early on, it was established that one of the goals of the project would be to restore the site to an indigenous plant community that would have been found here on site.
There really isn't a commercial market for native seeds for the North Dakota Badlands.
So it was identified that we were going to have to kind of make our own plant source. And so the Native Plant Project was born.
When we jumped on board in 2022, we were tasked with 1 to potentially 2 years of seed collection out in the wild. And the goal was to collect upwards of 700 pounds of good pure seed to be put on site and to be used to grow the plant material.
Seed collecting is a really hands-on, really kind of a detailed and slow way to move through an ecosystem. The list of species we eventually came out with was substantially different than that 100 original species.
We realized that we weren't able to collect enough seed to really fulfill the goal of the project in that first 1 or 2 years. So bringing that back to the larger TRPL team, a plan was hatched to then start nursery beds in North Dakota with the seed that we collected.
The first year was more so about which species they thought they'd have trouble maybe getting all of them that they needed, so we could help produce it. We want something that's evolved and adapted to the area. So hopefully when we restore and we do restorations, that these plants are more hardy and more adapted to the local area.
Since then now we've grown roughly 60,000 plugs for native nursery beds now established in North Dakota, and they are actively producing really great plants. It's about 3 acres. We've already collected 150 pounds of seed directly from those nursery beds, which is more than what we were able to collect out in the wild in the first year.
We are working with the land from a perspective of the prairie restoration work, allowing for full biodiversity to return, for ecosystems to be holistic again.
This is awesome. I mean, I've spent the last 2 or 3 years, my face buried in these plants, so it's just worked out great.
The investment this project has made into the sourcing seed for this project is going to help the entire region. It's going to be a resource that everybody can use.
I think the legacy of Roosevelt and what the library did with these plants can be found throughout all of this region. Grasslands were formed on buffalo grazing and fire, right? That's how they adapted over time. Grazing helps keep diversity.
You know, we've been prepped by the ecologist for years now that the native prairie is going to take a long time to establish. It'll be years before it's filled in, and Mother Nature was good to us. The roof is amazing. The plants that were planted in June are thriving, and they're flowering and they're abundant. That's not what we expected. It's incredible. It is incredible.